So last week I read an article about research that was conducted over a number of years with people who reached 100 years of age. And the research was focused on the search for the happiness in life. But there was one thing that was sort of where all of these people were meeting. There's one point, and those were the regrets in their life. And it came down to three things most of the time: spending more time with family, working less, and travel more. Pretty simple stuff. I'd even say they're very intuitive, and yet most people wait until they get to the end of their lives to actually reflect on this. And this kind of brought me to another topic, the topic of our dreams and aspirations that we all carry but have yet to fulfill. And to be honest, many of us, if ever. And while topics like anxiety and depression often take center stage in our mental health discussions, the significance of unfulfilled dreams is an equally important aspect of our psychological landscape. So how about today we explore how these unmet goals and desires play a crucial role in shaping our sense of self and some kind of an overall well-being. The problem is that topics such as this one are just so easily overshadowed by more immediate concerns. But when it comes to our personal growth and the fulfillment puzzle, unfulfilled dreams and aspirations are a vital piece that more and more people seem to overlook. You know, the idea of unfulfilled dreams is a subject that is actually more difficult than I thought when I started thinking about it. For many, these dreams, and I'm not talking about the dream of becoming an astronaut or an archaeologist or even a Spider-Man, these unfulfilled dreams are not just fleeting thoughts or whimsical desires. They are deeply ingrained ambitions and goals that, when unmet, can leave a significant mark on our psychological well-being, whether consciously or subconsciously. Unfulfilled dreams often lead to a sense of incompleteness or a feeling that a critical part of your identity remains unrealized. Like that lingering sense of dissatisfaction with something, you know, that persistent yearning for what could have been, or even feelings of regret. For some people, and I've personally known people for whom unmet aspirations became a source of constant reflection and comparison to others. It was like this virus. And when you consider the day and age that we live in, the social media driven world where the successes of others is constantly on display in your face, it can be tough. No surprise there are still so many people who actually find some kind of a solace in the idea of afterlife or reincarnation, some supernatural second chances. Moreover, unfulfilled dreams can impact self-esteem and confidence. You know, the gap between where one is and where one had hoped to be can lead to some self-doubt and feelings of inadequacy. This is particularly true for those who have had to set aside their own dreams due to life circumstances, such as financial constraints, family responsibilities, or unexpected life events. And if you really think about it, unfulfilled dreams are not just about the goals themselves, but also about the lost opportunities that you believe to be for your own personal growth or your self-expression and self-completion. Whether it's a dream of becoming a musician, an athlete, or an entrepreneur, hitting million subs on YouTube, running your own business, have zero debt, or own 5 properties and have 10 kids, these aspirations are often tied to our deepest passions and a sense of purpose that we've inherited through our upbringing, culture, or created it for ourselves. You know, as someone who tinkers in psychology, to me, it seems that unfulfilled dreams can fairly easily create a complex web of emotions. Looking at some people that I've met, or even close to me, one of the primary feelings is definitely regret, a powerful emotion that arises from reflecting on past decisions and imagining alternative outcomes, the what-if scenarios that almost always lead to a sense of loss, and not just for the unachieved goal itself, but for the person we might have become had we pursued and achieved that dream, or at least an idea of such person, you know, perhaps the better version of ourselves. Unfulfilled aspirations can lead to a phenomenon that you may have actually heard of here on YouTube or somewhere else, as cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort experienced when there's a discrepancy between our beliefs and our reality. For instance, believing you are meant to be a writer but finding yourself in a completely different career can create an internal conflict that affects your sense of identity and self-worth. Another important psychological aspect is the impact on motivation and future goals. Unfulfilled dreams can either hinder motivation, making people feel hesitant to set new goals for fear of further disappointment, or they can fuel a relentless pursuit of perfection, leading to unrealistic expectations and eventual burnout, which is something that I have actually talked about in this video. The problem is that our mental health is closely tied to a sense of progress and achievement. I mean, if you think about it, human beings are purpose-driven creatures. Our DNA tells us to procreate to allow for the continuation of our genetic code into the future, while our brains are in constant search for something deeper to guide us. And whether you're religious or you think that some supernatural being we've created to explain the world at large gives and guides your purpose in life, really it is you who creates that purpose and meaning. And herein lies the problem, because unfulfilled dreams can stagnate this sense of progress, leading to feelings of being stuck or trapped in the current situation, often even just subconsciously. So if we accept that pretty much everyone has unfulfilled dreams, acknowledging them involves more than just recognizing their existence. It's about understanding the emotional weight they carry and the impact they have on our current lives. This is obviously easier said than done. A challenging process that often requires confronting feelings of disappointment, regret, and grief for what might have been. And as contrary as it seems, embracing these unfulfilled dreams can be powerful. It means accepting them as part of your story, not as failures, but as experiences that have shaped who you are. This acceptance can be liberating, freeing you from the burden of the what if, opening some new room for new possibilities. So how would you do that? Well, go to a shop, buy yourself wine, beer, whiskey, whatever is your poison, just get it. But just to chill, not to get under its influence. Set the nice relaxing mood and reflect on your dreams. Take your time understanding what these dreams meant, what they mean to you specifically, and why they were so important, what values, passions, or parts of your identity were actually tied to these aspirations. Next, allow yourself to feel the emotions associated with these unfulfilled dreams, whether it's sadness, anger, or frustration, whatever it may be. Then, instead of viewing these unfulfilled dreams as failures, try to see them as parts of your life's journey. In one way or another, each dream contributed to your growth and understanding of yourself. So what have you learned from these experiences? How have these unfulfilled dreams shaped your perspectives, choices, and current passions, your moods? Find aspects of your unfulfilled dreams that you know you can feel grateful for. Perhaps they led you to new opportunities or taught you valuable lessons. You need to see them not as sources of regret, but as integral parts of your unique life story. Unfulfilled dreams are often closely linked to our passions. This is why giving yourself this time to chill and think can actually give you a chance to revisit these passions that can reignite a sense of purpose and excitement. Reflect on what your unfulfilled dreams have taught you about yourself, your values, your desires. The more you think, the easier it's going to be for you to find new path of your future choices and goals. Finding a way to ensure they are more aligned with who you are right now rather than who you used to be. Sure, past is important. The past shapes us, gives us knowledge and experience that we can then use to set new, maybe more realistic goals. And sure, perhaps not as exciting as the idea of being an astronaut, but I'm not talking about some practicalities here either. These new goals should be aligned with your current life, but they still need to excite you. If I were to speak from my personal experience, I love giving myself grand goals and objectives. All things that are feasible, but perhaps with a bit of insane deadlines or in a more grand scope. And sure, I almost never meet these deadlines, or not to that level. And honestly, secretly, subconsciously, I probably know that I can only achieve 50% or 75% of the original goal. But because they were so daring, that still drove my excitement and passion to achieve something that still has a satisfactory result. And more than that, the fact that I did not manage as I had imagined, it allows me to set another milestone, another goal, another daring goal. Then there are times when the direct path to a dream isn't feasible, but alternative routes can be just as fulfilling. Be open to exploring related fields or hobbies that tap into the same passion and skills. Life is mostly unpredictable, and so are our dreams and aspirations. Being flexible and open to change can lead to unexpected and rewarding experiences. Just make sure you surround yourself with people who inspire you and support you, people who will give you critical sandwich, the good, bad, good, and not just a shit sandwich where it's just shit, I bet you probably know more of those people than you would probably imagine. Everybody knows those kind of people. So surround yourself with people that support you. Equally, avoid people who just want to pander to you or look good, unable to point out the bad things that could serve you well as a lesson or points of course correction. All right, so let's look at some practical strategies. Identify your core desires. That's the first one. Start by identifying the core desires behind your unfulfilled dreams. What did you really want to achieve or experience? Once you understand it, it'll be much easier for you to find alternative ways to fulfill those desires. Next, break it down into actionable steps. Whatever your aspirations are, turn them into smaller, manageable goals. If you're not like me, the approach that I love may feel too stressful and overwhelming. Daunting even. So splitting it up may make you feel much better and make him feel, more attainable. Cultivate a growth mindset. Embrace the belief that you can develop and grow through your own effort and perseverance. This kind of a growth mindset will help you view challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. Create a vision board if necessary. This is not something that I do myself, as it's easy for me to visualize things directly. But if you're not that kind of person, create a physical board that will help you visualize your aspirations and your goals. Just to have it somewhere within your reach, always ready to inspire you and keep you focused on what you want to achieve. Develop a routine. Now, I'm a pretty spontaneous guy myself, so if I say that this works, trust me, it works. It may be hard, but try to incorporate activities related to your aspirations into your daily or weekly routine. Consistency is key in making progress towards your goals, whatever they are. Next, celebrate the progress. Acknowledge all of the losses because they can turn into lessons, and celebrate the wins, regardless of their size or significance. Each step you take towards your goal is important. This reinforces positive behavior and keeps you motivated. And stay open to new opportunities, serendipity. Be open to opportunities that may arise unexpectedly. Keep an keen eye, open eye for all of these opportunities. Sometimes new path can lead to fulfilling experiences that align closely with your original dreams. All right, I hope this helps you not only to find peace and purpose in happiness, but also get over that sadness and grief and regret that you may have been carrying with you for all these years. Unfulfilled dreams can be a bitch, but there is a way to deal with them and to turn it all around. So I wish you all the best of luck, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.